Welcome back to the student. Last class in chemical kinetics we will end up with half-life period. Half-life period means time required for the concentration of a reactant to decrease its half is called as half-life period. Today we are continuing second order reaction. Today we are continuing second order reaction. Last class we studied order of the reaction. Order of reaction means sum of powers to which the concentration of various reactant is called as order of reaction. Means the number of reactants. If two reactants will be there, that is called second order. AB raised to 2. 2 indicates order of reaction. Means second order means second order means there are two reactants will be present that will give product, that is called as second order reaction. Second order reaction. See here. Or another one definition for second order reaction. Second order reaction is a reaction is said to be second order if rate of reaction depend upon concentration of both the reactants or two concentration, that is called second order reaction. Means the rate of a reaction depend upon both the concentration reactants, both the concentration it will depend, that is called second order reaction. Rate of reaction I already tell last class, dx by dt is called rate of reaction. Rate of reaction is directly proportional to both the concentration of A and concentration of B, that is called second order reaction. Second order reaction means it will depend upon both the concentration. Both the concentration may be concentration of A and concentration of B will give product or concentration of A and another concentration of A, same concentration, two reactant will also give product. These are called as second order reaction. Second order reaction. Therefore we are continuing determination of rate constant of this reaction. Rate constant of this reaction. We continue rate constant of this reaction. Consider one reaction. A plus B gives product. At initial time t is equal to 0. At initial time the concentration of A is A. The concentration of capital A is A and also concentration of B is also A. There is at time 0 there is no formation of product, therefore the concentration of product is 0. After time t, after some time the concentration of A and concentration of B will decreases. The concentration of reactant decreases, there is increase in concentration of product takes place. I also explaining rate of reaction. See here what happened. Rate of reaction for a reactant is decreases. At time t there is a formation of product, therefore the reactant of concentration of reactant is decreases. Same here, the concentration of A and B decreases, there is increase in concentration of product takes place. How it will decreases? It will decreases by A minus alpha or A minus x. You have to denote as A minus x. This is also A minus x. There is A minus x, decrease in concentration takes place and it will forming x. There is the concentration of product is x. This is concentration terms. What happened? You already know rate is equal to rate. Rate of reaction is directly proportional to concentration of A and concentration of B. Rate is directly proportional to concentration of A and concentration of B. Rate is given by dx by dt. Dx by dt. See here, continuing this derivation, rate is directly proportional to concentration of A and concentration of B. We have to express rate in terms of dx divided by dt, which is directly proportional to concentration of A and concentration of B. This implies dx by dt. Dx by dt is equal to k into concentration of A and concentration of B. This proportionality sign removed by using this constant. This k is called as rate constant for second order reaction. Rate constant for second order reaction. Second order reaction. K is called as rate constant for second order reaction. This is dx by dt. Dx by dt is equal to k into concentration of A. See here, concentration of A is A minus X. A minus X. Concentration of B is also, concentration of A is A minus X. Concentration of B is A minus X. A minus X. This implies k into A minus X whole square. A minus X whole square. Therefore, we get the equation dx by dt is equal to k into A minus X whole square. This is considered as a equation 1. Considered as a equation 1. Next, what happened? Take integration on both sides. First, separate the variables dx by dt and A minus X. Take one side, dx by A minus X whole square. K and A minus X in multiplication, by coming here equal to sign, it will become divided by. Product will converted to divided by after coming equal to sign. Then which is equal to k into dt. See here, dx divided by A minus X whole square, which is equal to k into dt. This dt will goes to above. Therefore, it becomes k into dt. This is equation 2. Apply integration on both sides. Apply integration on both sides. Integration on both sides. Integration of dx by A minus X whole square. Integration of k into dt. K into dt, which is limit from x equal to 0 to x is equal to x. And this is t is equal to 0 to t is equal to t. These are lower limit and upper limit. Apply integration. Integration of dx divided by A minus X whole square is equal to, integration of this one is A minus X. 1 divided by A minus X. You already know integration of 1 divided by X. 1 divided by X square is equal to 1 divided by X. Integration of 1 divided by X square is equal to 1 divided by X. This is integration formula. Therefore, integration of dx divided by A minus X whole square is equal to 1 divided by A minus X. A minus X, which is limit from x is equal to 0 to x is equal to x, which is equal to k into, k is constant, take outside, integration of dt will be t. Integration of dt will be t, which is equal to, integration of dt will be t, which is limit from t equal to 0 to t is equal to t. T is equal to 0 to t equal to t. Substitute upper limit and lower limit. 1 divided by a minus, put wherever x is there, no, put x, a minus x minus 1 divided by a minus x equal to 0. Substitute here x equal to 0, which is equal to k into, substitute upper limit t minus t is equal to 0 in lower limit t minus 0. After simplification it becomes 1 divided by a minus x minus 1 divided by a, which is equal to k into t. Where k is rate constant for second order reaction. We also want to calculate rate constant. Our aim is calculation of rate constant of second order reaction. Which is given by k. Therefore k is equal to 1 divided by t into 1 divided by a minus x. See here, we have to take t in equal to side, opposite side. T in this side, it becomes k is equal to 1 divided by t into 1 divided by a minus x minus 1 divided by a. This is rate constant for second order reaction. Then we are continuing. See here, k is, for this k is directly proportional to initial concentration. A minus x a means it will, a minus x is initial, a is initial concentration. See here, a is initial concentration. After some time it becomes a minus x. Therefore rate constant of reaction is directly proportional to 1 divided by a. See here, it is directly proportional. I will return 1 divided by a, means k is inversely proportional to initial concentration of the reaction. Rate constant of second order reaction is inversely proportional to initial concentration of the reaction. This is given by rate constant for second order reaction. For second order reaction, we want to calculate half-life period. Last class I will explain what you mean by half-life period. Half-life period means the initial value becomes exactly half, that is called as half-life period. Consider this equation, k is equal to 1 divided by t into 1 divided by a minus x minus 1 divided by a. This is rate constant for second order reaction. Substitute wherever t will be there, substitute t half. This is half-life period. T is equal to t half and x is equal to, wherever x is there, you have to substitute a divided by 2. Wherever t will be there, substitute t half, and x will be there, substitute a divided by 2. Then equation becomes k is equal to 1 divided by t half. We want to calculate half-life period. Half-life period is t half for second order reaction. T half into 1 divided by a minus x. A minus, wherever x is there, substitute a divided by 2. A divided by 2 minus 1 divided by a. After simplification, see here, k is equal to 1 divided by t half into 1 divided by, after taking LCM, 2 minus a is A divided by 2. A divided by 2 minus 1 divided by A, which is equal to K is equal to 1 divided by T half into, see here, A by 2. It will goes to above. That becomes 2 divided by A. 2 divided by A divided by 1 minus A, which is equal to K is equal to 1 divided by T half into, see here, both the side A will be there. A is common. 2 minus 1. 2 minus 1 is 1. 1 divided by A. This we get after simplification. Therefore, T half is equal to, take T half this side, K in this side. T half is equal to 1 divided by K. 1 divided by K into 1 divided by A. 1 divided by A. After we have written this, T half is equal to 1 divided by AK. AK. This is half-life period for second order reaction. This is half-life period for second order reaction. Here is also see T half is inversely proportional to initial concentration. T half is inversely proportional to initial concentration. This is half-life period for second order reaction. These two derivations are important in the point of examination. Examination point of view, these two derivations are important. See here once again, for second order reaction means there are two reactants. Two reactants will be there, or rate of reaction is depend upon both the concentration of A and concentration of B. It will depend. It may be A plus B will be there, or also both the concentration will also be same. Both the concentration also same. That is also second order reaction. We have taken initial concentration as A at time 0. After time t it will becomes A minus X. By taking these concentration, we have to derive the rate constant of the reaction and half-life period for the second order reaction. I hope you understood both the derivations. Next class we will continue the determination of order of reaction by using this equation. Okay, thank you.